to get, it's time to get, it's time to get up. Yeah. It's time to get moving. It's time to get up. Yeah. It's time to get moving. Hey. I'm up.
You ever stop and think about the random expressions we say? Like, where do they even come from, these random expressions? And more importantly, who votes them in? Because somehow we just all know them. Like, my mom used to say, well, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? I never questioned it. I never asked. But one day it hit me like, well, what does it have to do with the price of tea or China? Because I don't know. Do you know? Does anybody know why are we talking about China price and tea? Like, is there a secret committee assigning these phrases? How did they get here? But the wild part, we all say it. So I said that to my friend the other day, and he knew it too. And for a brief moment, it was beautiful. It was like unity, you know? Wow. Look at us from two different, completely different places brought together by the fact that neither one of us know the price of tea in China. So I got hyped. I was like, oh, shoot, you know that? Okay, well, since you know that one, did your mom ever say this? Did your mom ever say she looks just like she fell off a turnip truck? And he hit me with the no. No, that's some country stuff right there. Wait. So now they're regional expressions? Like, wait, are you saying some sayings get distributed nationwide and others you got to have farm equipment license to understand? And I'm sitting confused. Like, what? How do we know which expressions are the universal ones and which ones expose where you're from? And he just looked at me. He just shrugged and said, it'll all come out in the wash. I couldn't even get mad. No, really. I couldn't get mad. I can't get mad. Because that's today's Coffee Talk intention, y'all. Listen, I will not be consumed by negativity. I got the dopest demonstration for you all today, y'all. I cannot wait to show you. And then later this morning for our This Time Next Year interview, y'all, we are sitting down with the vice mayor of, I'm going to say it over and over again, the greatest city on the planet, Hampton. Argue with your mama. But no, for real, don't get mad. Don't argue. Come on back. Stay tuned. There's some more Laughing in the Morning show. We'll be right back after the break. Good morning, good people. Welcome back for more laughing this morning. This segment of the More Laughing in the Morning show is our Coffee Talk segment. That's where we set the tone for the day with laughter, love, and a little bit of logic. Just a little. Just a little. I can't even say the word. Logic ain't even come out my mouth. Like, there ain't no logic. It's a little, okay? Listen, I am so excited for today's Coffee Talk because, baby, the demonstration. Listen, before we jump in, I do need to make sure I shout out. Hold on. Let me shout out our sponsor for today. We appreciate our sponsors. Black Please Coffee. Thank you. Black Please Coffee is the best coffee for a great conversation. So today we are setting our intention that we will not be consumed by negativity. I will not be consumed by negativity. All right. Our affirmation is I focus on what I can do to create change. That's it. Not negativity. And so here I am. This is how, I got to this. I was doing some usual catch up, scrolling on social media, and I'm talking about the kind of catch up when you haven't been on social media for a long time. So, you got to kind of lock in and come up for air to check on everybody kind of seasons. And suddenly I realized I was 15 scandals in, a world destruction plan behind. I'm like, wow, I've missed a lot. And so, yeah, I'm deep in the trenches, right? Trying to figure out, well, who did that? Wait, when did this happen? What? Who's mad? Wait, why? why is everybody yelling? You know, like that kind of thing, when you just realize there's a whole lot of stuff is going on, and what am I supposed to do with this information? I mean, y'all, I realized out here in these social media streets, it was real hostile. It's a lot going on in the world right now. And I was checking out Instagram or Facebook, one of them, and my godmom, she sent me a DM like, girl, come pick up your walkie-talkie in case we go to a blackout. Wait a minute, what? I'm like, what? So I'm scrolling through social media trying to figure out, well, what the heck did I miss? Why? I need a walkie-talkie? What in the world? So this TikTok, you know, I saw this TikTok that was right on time because I saw myself in it. So I'm excited because I want to show you this demonstration that was inspired by this TikTok, okay? So I'm like, ooh, I cannot wait. I can't wait to bring this to a coffee talk. Y'all know I love me a good illustration to land my point. And some of my coffee talks, well, you know, I appreciate y'all patience. I appreciate your patience, okay? But this the one, all right? Watch. Let me cook. Okay, so here we go. So I got these 2 cups, right? I got these 2 cups. I also have, for this, I have dollars. And I have a dollar bill. In this $1 bill, these 2 empty cups, I want to prove that this dollar bill on its own can't hold up. This right here is, think of it like a little ounce or 2 of some facial cream, okay? This dollar bill can't hold it up. And I saw myself in this dollar bill when I was doom scrolling and just realizing there's a lot going on. There's a lot of negativity filling me up, a lot of just chaos going on in the world. I felt like this dollar bill, like the weight of the world was on me. Here I am, minding my own business, flat, just me, and that happens. And immediately, I'm like, yo, I need some help. Like, I can't process. It's a big old world out here. It's a lot going on. I'm just little old me. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overstimulated when I try to process all of the things that are happening, when I take in too much negativity alone, when I'm reading the comments and different things, watching the news. I'm just feeling like everything is too heavy. Like, this is a lot. I didn't have anxiety growing up. I ain't never not had an anxious day now as a big grown adult, y'all. I'm feeling drained, scared. I know some of you all feel it too, because some people are like, I just love your show in the morning because there's a lot going on. And I myself, I feel disengaged. It just leaves me feeling powerless and standing under everything all by myself. And so when I was watching this TikTok and I saw them take that and someone's trying to prove a point, like, can a dollar hold up this weight? Then they show, like, yes, by itself in this form, this structure, no, it cannot. But if you fold in, insert new folded $1 bill, right? I watch them work. Same thing. Yo, listen. I'm just like, it clicked. I don't have to hold this up by myself, you know? These little folds, these little creases, they represent, getting some support, that I'm not alone, that, I'm folded together, right? So I started encouraging myself. It's all right, girl. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to go to my godmama house and get them walkie-talkies. And I'm going to be grateful for my support system the way it is, because I'm not alone. And negativity actually starts to exploit other ways that we're feeling and stuff. And the truth is, I can't take on the whole world by myself, right? But just like this folded bill, I'm stronger when I'm supported and when I'm not alone. When I talk to my people, I'm stronger. When I lean on my community, right, I'm stronger. That's how these folds really resonate with me. When I stop holding all the mess in my own head and actually connect with others who remind me that I can handle this, I can hold this stuff up, right? Those are the things that I can control. And this leads me to the way that I can make change, as opposed to staying focused on all of the negativity. Because all of the negativity, you can't do nothing with that. When it's just looking at that and you by yourself and you all isolated and I ain't talking to nobody, this why I don't read the news, this why I don't, you have that, that's how you feel, right? And I know that feeling can leave you like, you know what? I'm going to just stay in bed forever. but we can't stay in bed forever. We can't do that. We weren't meant to carry everything alone. We weren't meant to be by ourselves. That's why we need each other. That's why we need community. We need support. We need to remind each other that, yeah, it's a mess out here, but fold. Usually they say don't fold, but we're going to fold, okay? We are not powerless. I'm telling you. Did y'all see this? Did we cook? Okay, look, this demonstration demonstrated, but I hope that you saw yourself in this moment, all right? Hope you saw yourself get the folding. You are not alone. You actually can handle it. It's the same dollar in a different state, so we got this, all right? And that's our challenge today. Do not try to hold the weight in this state. Call somebody, check in, talk about solutions instead of problems. Get in spaces where you feel empowered, not drained, okay? And most importantly, remind yourself that you are not alone in this fight. The weight is real. This is a real weight, but so is our collective strength. So is your strength. So let's fold together and stand strong, all right? All right, look, I'm feeling this demonstration, y'all. You know, like, okay, because some of these props don't be propping. Some of the stuff don't happen, okay? But this did, and so I hope that you were inspired. But let's keep this inspiration going. After our break, we have our This Time Next Year interview. And y'all, I am sitting down with Vice Mayor Stephen L. Brown, and the timing couldn't be better for the Vice Mayor to stop by. We hear about laws and policies all of the time, but how many of us actually know what's going on in our own backyard? And I just told you that I come up for air every now and then, and I miss so much. There's a lot of critical things going on, and then by the time I get there, I'm just overwhelmed. Well, I'm locking in and I'm getting insight, and this is Allison's version of politics without the stress. I'm going to ask Vice Mayor to break it down for us, ask some questions, ask why this matters, how it impacts us, and most importantly, how we can start paying attention and being involved. So, we can handle this. We can handle this. Don't go anywhere you are. There is more laughing after the break, and we'll have Vice Mayor. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back for more Laughing in the Morning. Let's get into our This Time Next Year segment, okay? Listen, if I can be honest with you, when it comes to local government and policies, some of us, and by us, I'm talking about me, we're just not always paying attention. I know. You know, it's easy to think that stuff doesn't affect me, or, you know, somebody else is handling that. That's above my pay grade. But the truth is, decisions are being made every day that really do shape our lives, like where we live, what we pay, how our kids are educated, even what businesses come into our communities. So today, I called in a man, y'all. I've got Vice Mayor Stephen L. Brown here to help us understand why this stuff should matter to us, and more importantly, how to start paying attention in a way that actually makes sense. Because honestly, if nobody ever taught you how to think critically about this stuff, like, where do you even start? And if you're an overthinker, where do you draw the line? We've got someone who can give us some insight. It's the Vice Mayor of the city of Hampton in Virginia. Listen, Argue With Your Mama is the best city in the planet. Yeah. Audience, make some noise for Vice Mayor Brown. Hoop, hoop, hoop. Yay!
Yeah,
welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. That was a good introduction. Never had one like that before.
I mean, because it ain't never been a show like this before either.
Apparently, yeah. Great introduction. And good to be here with you. And thank you for inviting me. Hampton boy. Born and raised here. So, yeah, thank you.
Me too. We need a handshake. We got to figure out something like a...
We got to do a Hampton thing. Make it original.
Yeah, we got to make it for all the people that are born and raised in Hampton.
Yes.
Yeah, well, first of all, congrats on your new role.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You got some big shoes to fill, because I loved Vice Mayor Gray when he was in that role, and then he moved on, and now, I mean, of course, who else? It should have been you. And so shout out to you. On behalf of the city, we are glad that you are in the office in this role.
I'm glad to be here. And you say big shoes, but with little feet.
Okay, period.
So, yeah, it's an honor to serve, first of all. And I just shared recently at an event that when you serve in public office, it's a job that you don't serve because you're trying to get paid for it. You don't serve because you're trying to get notarized or notoriety. You serve because you see a need, you see where you can fill that need. You get the expertise and the experience to make it better, impact people's lives. That's why you serve. That's to me, that's why I'm doing it. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it is you, because I'm like, dang, I was thinking of some real selfish reasons. You serve because, you know, you get to wear nice clothes and go to nice events. Like, oh, no, that's not a good reason. That's not a good reason, Allison. So glad it was you and not me.
Yeah.
Did you get sworn in? Is that like you swear in? Is that a thing?
With my role as the vice mayor, once we reorganized after the general election, which was in November, our election happened in November. Then on January the 8th, as we reorganized, my colleagues select the vice mayor. So my colleagues selected me for this position. So I was sworn in 2 years ago when I ran the second term. I have 2 years left on my term, so I need to be re-sworn in. I just need to be affirmed by my colleagues. So they elected me as vice mayor.
Okay, nice. Okay, cool. All right, so listen, can we get to the tea?
Sure, sure.
I'm glad that you are here.
I like coffee, but tea is fine too.
You know, do you want some?
No, I'm good.
Because why? How we got on the morning show and I ain't getting no coffee? Give me a minute, y'all. We have coffee.
I'm great.
Okay. I'll make sure I get you.
this morning already.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I needed you to be on top of it with the energy. And you brought it. And I'm gonna give you some a bag of coffee.
Okay, good. Thank you.
But I'm glad it's you though, Vice Mayor, because I have a relationship with you, so I feel a little more comfortable being, you know, honest in myself with you. I try to get people on the show that there is a connection, or I can really, you know, say what the people might really want to be seeing. So we talk about the local, why? Tell me why I should even care. Can we just go right there? Why? And I know why I should, but talk to me as a person who's like, well, why should I be checked in? Why should I care? Government seems so big, and y'all gonna do what you're gonna do anyway. Is a lot of the mindset. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. Why should I be plugged in?
Local government affects every area of your life, from picking up your trash on a Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday, to making the decisions about your tax assessments, making decisions about streets, roads, core services, police and fire, hiring staff, making decisions about land use, rezoning, school funding, yellow buses versus electric buses. Local government, not Big Brother, but I'm a policymaker. Council members set policy. And so we make policy that will affect every person in the Hampton community, whether they're involved or not. And we try, Allison, to give citizens an entree of open government to chime into the decisions that we make. Somebody said, I'll sit on the sidelines because it doesn't affect me, and it does. And so when you look at, for instance, now, the big issue now is housing assessments. The assessments just came out about a month ago, and housing assessments are up between 7 and 10%. I'm a resident of Hampton too, so housing assessments affect me too. My mortgage payment goes up just as well. I have to pay taxes. I'm not exempt from that. I got to pay taxes too. So everything that local government does, it affects me. All politics are local.
You know, you like in that what you're just saying. I'm seeing all of the everyday life type of impact. The buses. I'm like, oh shoot, that does matter to me.
Yeah. Sure.
All those different things that you just listed. I'm like, oh, that's some real. That's us, y'all.
Yeah. Definitely.
This is us, and so we can't, just say, okay, what does that have to do with me? I'll let them handle it. I want to know what's happening. I do have questions. I do have input. Like you said, I was educated in Hampton City. I was part of the school system. I've been here for years. I can contribute. Okay, so I got so many questions. All right, so my next question. Thank you. A lot of us weren't raised in households where politics or policy was even discussed. You talk about, like you're a policymaker. We were just told, many of you, myself, stay out of grown folks' business. Like, I've never been taught to ask questions or think deeply about something. In fact, asking questions, trying to enhance what I'm hearing was oftentimes seemed as disrespectful, overstepping. I'm outside, I'm overstepping my boundaries. And so resetting my mind, like realizing, no, you're the voice that we need to hear. I think I have been victim, in my 20s and my 30s. I didn't go to, in fact, I didn't even go to like a city hall kind of meeting until I was awarded by the city some years ago, where the city council acknowledged me as a spotlight. And I was like, oh, we allowed to come up in here? Oh, so how do you, for people who are right now in these times, we are big grown adults, we can't go back, nobody else is paying these bills for us, and we realize, let me check in. How do you then shift that mindset of like what to pay attention to? How should I be looking at something critically? Help me think in that way, mindset shift.
Well, let me give you a story. When my son turned 18 and he was eligible to vote, he registered to vote, and he says to me, Dad says, at the first election he could have voted, and he said, Dad, I'm not voting. I said, why? He said, because my vote don't count. And I can't say it on this network, but what I said to him was, and I gave him a history lesson on why it was important to be involved in your community and in politics. And I gave him a history lesson on those who lost their lives because they were standing up for voting rights and giving us the right to vote, and how valuable the vote was. Sometimes people are like, if it doesn't pertain to me, it doesn't pertain to me. And so I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to get involved in that. But what I think what people need to understand is what prompts us to get involved is if you look at what is happening in local government, it changes your lifestyle. It affects your compensation. It affects transportation. It affects how your kids learn in school, whether they get federal funds, state funds, local funds. All of that trickles down. So when I was coming up, we didn't get involved in politics either. Primarily, matter of fact, I wouldn't even encourage to vote. I got involved as a teenager, before teenage years, 10, 11-year-old child, working campaigns, passing out leaflets and flyers for candidates that I didn't know much about. To me, it was like earning a couple of dollars. But the bug bit me, people saying, you know what, I'm doing all this for a candidate and helping a candidate that I know nothing about. What does this candidate stand for? So I think that when you see people who are on the periphery and say, you know what, that doesn't make a difference in my life because that's not my issue. But you do have an issue that we need to discuss and talk about, because not only does it impact you, it impacts everybody in your circle of influence. And so if you were doing politics one-on-one, I would say start with the PTA. Start with your civic associations, your neighborhood associations. Start by just going to a city council meeting. First of all, find out what time they are, where they're scheduled, and what the agenda is. And just go and listen. That night at a council meeting, nothing may not even apply to you. But look at the flow. Understand the culture, how things flow here. And I think people would say, you know what, I have a different outlook, because there are people in cities and communities around the world that are political, astute, and there are those who are not. And the ones who are not are the ones who have not been exposed to politics, have been exposed to legislators, not been exposed to your congressman or your city council person or your assemblyman or your commissioner, not been exposed to it. And you don't have to be a politician to be involved in politics, because all politics are local. What happens in the White House, the State House, affects your local house.
Steve, this is helpful because, like you made me, it eliminated the barrier of me waiting for it to be something that I'm like, oh, this is exactly applicable to me. Like, you just given us permission to go and participate, be a part, even if you don't see, oh, this is my street, now let me pay attention, right? It's this resetting a mindset on community that if it impacts them, it impacts me. It should be important to me. I can contribute to it. And that helps, like, all of these things that you're saying, I'm feeling empowered. I'm feeling empowered. Okay, Steve. So can we talk about tracking these? All right, so the local laws, we talk about policies and local laws. If I wanted to wake up tomorrow, you said go find out what time your meetings are.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to understand what's being decided in my city, is that the way to do it? It happens in the council meetings?
It happens in a number of ways. Certainly, council ultimately will make the decision about the policy or the policy change, but it happens in your neighborhood meetings.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate this, Vice Mayor, so much, because now you got my wheels spinning, and we want to have you back. Like, you got to come and keep us updated with what's going on in the city. Obviously, I love all the Hampton Roads, but I'm born and raised in Hampton. Gang, gang.
Yeah,
and I care about that city in particular, and would love to grow. I feel like that our community, we're committed to. Like, we want to be better, more thoughtful, more enlightened, contributing citizens. So this is really helpful. If nothing else, you have helped me to stop playing defense. You know, I'm waiting to drive down the street to say, dude, we don't need another chain around here. Where the local businesses? Well, you won't at the meeting, sis.
Yeah.
So that was really helpful. Okay, thank you. I just appreciate you so much. We got to go kick over to our commercial break, but before we go, will you dance with us? I forgot to ask you. Y'all, we dance at the end in the credits.
Oh, Lord.
Well, just stand right there. Look, I'm going to talk to Vice Mayor and see if he will celebrate this episode after the break. But you don't go anywhere, because we do have more laughing. Thank you so very much for stopping by and hanging out with us today, Vice Mayor.
Anytime.
Listen, we got the greatest up in here, and you are great too. So stay right there. We got more laughing right after the break. Well, that's a wrap on today's More Laughing in the Morning show. We had the honor of talking with the Vice Mayor of Hampton about making an impact right from where we are, understanding local government, because change doesn't start somewhere else, y'all. It starts with us. We got to get involved. And our intention today, no negativity, okay? We're keeping our energy high, our mindset right, and we're focusing on what we can do instead of what we can't. Big love to our sponsors, Virginia Wesleyan University and Black Please Coffee, for supporting this movement. And of course, to my More Laughing OGs, the VIPs who have been rocking with me for over 10 years, I see you. I appreciate you. I love sharing these moments with you. Welcome if this was your first time hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Stay locked in after the credits to find out where the cool kids are hanging this weekend. I won't let you know. And until next time, keep making an impact. Keep it positive, and always keep laughing. I'm Allison the Comedian, and this is the More Laughing in the Morning show. I will see you tomorrow. All right, so is he going to dance with us? Vice Mayor, can you dance with us?
I'm